So again, good evening na, ay good afternoon pa naman sa inyo, no? And in continuation sa ating animal nutrition na subject, so we have to learn every nutrients na just a little background as an introduction doon sa ating feed mix ingredients. So if I remember last time, I already have shown you yung ating laboratory exercises, di ba? And ang exam, wala pa naman. So, on the making pa lang. But then, marag, ano lang siya, marag general question. So anyway, you have quizzes naman sa Quipper in the meantime. And again, this session is recorded para for those who who can't join our session. So 14-minute lang man ta, so basbasan na ako. Most of you already have anyway answered this topic. So this is about lipids, of course. So last time we discussed on carbohydrates, and this is, I guess, the second topic, which is lipids, no? And then next time we'll go with proteins. So lipids is another source ng energy, no? And these are classified based on the following: fats, glycolipids, phospholipids, waxes, and steroids, at saka terpenes. So these are common terms na, diba, sa atin? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
So kasi when we say lipids, yung mga fats talaga lang ang mostly common sa atin, no? But it's not only fats, but also like waxes and terpenes, no? And steroids. So if you sa inyo hang maano sa steroids, 'di ba? Steroids yung ginagamit sa pagpalaki ng mga muscles. 'Di ba, boys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no?
And then ang waxes naman, of course, yung ginagamit sa pang post-harvest treatment natin sa ating mga fruits and vegetable para dili siya masyadong mag-wither, no? Mag-transpire. And terpenes are those na mga essential oils, like in citrus. So these are all classified based also on their organic constituents. So these lipids, as of course, are very insoluble to water, kaya dili siya mag-mix sa tubig. And however, they are soluble sa mga organic solvents like benzene, chloroform. Kaya pag mag-extract tayo, like last time sa aking dissertation when I had my PhD, yung ginagamit ko pang extract ng mga terpenes or essential oil ay alcohol, no? Itong ether and chloroform. So they are also, itong mga lipids, anong function natin? Ano ang function nito aside from source of energy, diba? Ang number one talaga na source ng energy based doon sa ating previous lessons or mga past learnings ay ginagamit for photosynthesis. Kung sa tao naman, source natin ng energy, diba, sa ating metabolism. Pero ang carbohydrates, no, or sugar. But if naubos na, so ano ang next na gagamitin? Anyone? Christine? Sian? Bright ka ni si Sian ba? Ha? Lipid, yeah. Si Jobert ba yun o si Sian? Okay. So, yeah. And also, they act as an electron carrier. So, like when we have different metabolic processes, so sila yung naki-carry ng mga electrons. And we know from ano tawag doon? respiration natin na metabolic activities, meron tayong mga electrons no, na ginagamit. And also ng mga enzymes, enzymatic reaction. So all in all, meron tayong lipids sa plants which have structural or storage na types, no? And like those na nasa membranes ng tanim. So nagiging waxes sila, long chain hydrocarbons and fatty acids. And also in the mitochondria, the ER or the endoplasmic reticulum, the plasma membranes, the glycolipids, phospholipids, sa lahat nasa membrane yan. And there are over 300 different fatty acids na pwede nating ma-isolate from plant tissues alone. Diba? So can you imagine ganun kadami? And most abundant ay yung linolenic acid, so or palmitic acid, yung palm oil, diba? And oleic acid. So sa animals naman, ginagamit din ang lipids for energy storage, mainly as fat, no? Including humans. Kaya ang dami nating fats. And 97% ay nasa adipose tissue if the animals are obese. Kaya yung baboy, diba? No, sa tiyan. So lami pud kay no kaunon kasi ano siya kanang unsa ganang tawag sa karne sa tiyan sa baboy? Naa ba may
Belly.
Yes, belly. Naa ba mo kanang sa inyong wala mo no slaughter? Naa ba mo karon? Animal slaughter and processing. So the yield energy from complete oxidation is about 39 microjoules compared sa 17 or glycogen, which is the major carbohydrate ng energy. So it means mas malaki ang MJ ng fats kumpara sa, of course, glycogen, which is the carbohydrates for animals. So ito yung mga classification ng lipids. They can be glycerol-based or non-glycerol-based. So pag glycerol-based siya, simple fats or compound. So pag compound, glycolipids at saka phosphoglycerides. And these are under glycolipids, glucolipids, galactolipids, and under phosphoglycerides naman could be lecithins, encephalins, ang daming pangalan na medyo very technical. And non-glycerol-based naman itong mga sphingomyelins, cerebrosides, waxes, steroids, terpenes, and eicosanoids. No? So memorize niyo yan lahat, ha? Joke lang. So this is just to, ayaw mong katulog, just to inform us. And I know eventually makalimutan na to, but maybe if your brain is really working, then you will remember it. At nakakatawa ganing usahay kay if nighttime nga din makalimtan nimo, diba? Even ang pangalan sa imuhang friend makalimtan nimo, but eventually mubalik ra gyapon na siya na memory. So therefore, speaking of fat, it's also a major factor sa weight ng ating animals, diba? Which is 6 times effective as glycogen source, no? And sa animals naman, tissues, mainly nasa phosphoglycerides, sa mga tissue sa liver, meron din kasi kaya meron tayong fatty liver, diba? Sa tao, nagiging sakit yung fatty liver, no? And although mga 2 to 3% lang. And animal tissue, cholesterol, adipose, and muscles. So fats are both present in animals and, of course, plants. And they have different, the same general structure, but different physical and chemical properties, of course. So meron din silang one characteristic ng fats ay yung kanilang melting points. So ano kaya ang how many degrees ba melting point ng fat? No? Kasi ang tubig, di ba, 100 degrees Celsius. So madali lang, mas konti lang talaga ang fats, di ba? Kasi they are very reactive than the more solid fats, yung ating liquid fats. And usually, like for example, no, sa warm-blooded animals, they become source ng kanilang heat hanggang mag-hibernate at they are adapted to the cold. So, meron din tayong tinatawag na mga special deposits like brown fat na nag-o-oxidize into ATP, which will be discussed next on. And they have been very important sa mga tissues, mitochondria, respiratory electrons carriers, cytochromes, and many more. So, generally, yun lang naman ang coverage ng about fats. So, ito yung structure ng fats, no? Or if you have noticed, they are sa classification kanina, glycerides and non-glycerides, di ba? Or glycerols. So, this is example. Ito yung glycerol, ito yung fatty acid, kaya nagiging, if you combine this one, with the release ng water, ay naging triglycerol. And saan ito ginagamit? Sa acid, usually, yeah, as I have as mentioned earlier, of course, sa mga tissues, no? So this is another mixed triglycerol. Yan. So this is just a very thorough explanation of the components, like ilan yung kanyang mga carboxyl group, unbranched carbon chain. So when you do the tawag doon, biochemistry, so it's really very important to mention all, or to identify all of this, no? But for in our case, we just want an introduction kung ano-ano. Hindi lang natin i-limit yung ating knowledge na when we speak of fats, when we speak of lipids, or sometimes we say fats, is fats lang atong nahibalaan, di ba? And in fact, fats are just one of the major types of lipids. So these are again, the cis and the trans these are naturally occurring fatty acids, no, na pwede siya mag-conjugate or mag-suffix. And this could have mga 18 carbon acid or atoms, 9 or 10, 12, 13, 16, depende na, no? And it will conjugate. And as kanina, as mentioned, there could even be 300 types, diba, ng lipids. So this could and I told you last time na all chemicals ay naka-classify based sa kanilang molecular weight, no? Like for example, itong butyric. Have you heard butyric? O mutyric na mudara? Have you heard Christine, Arias, Miguel? Kadong na mo butyric? Wala. Ang sana siya. Of course, this is a fatty acid. Asa na ganitong butyric kanina? Marag na move na ako. Sorry. Nara. Name, mga ano siya, low molecular weight saturated fatty acids, no? Butyric at saka caproic. So, kasi etong mga acids na ito are actually precursor para sa production ng mga like for example, glutathione, or ano pa ba? Yung mga terpenes na mga antioxidants, no, for example. Or yung mga nasa milk fats daw, no, mga ruminants, meron silang caproic and caprylic acid na present by 10 minutes in few oils such as palm kernel and coconut. So yun yung mga substances na meron sa ating palm kernel or palm oil and coconut oil. So ito yung mga components lang naman, no? These are examples of the triglycerols, no, na fatty acids. So these are the common fatty acids of natural fats and oils. So we classify them actually as saturated or unsaturated. So pag sinabing saturated, did you remember? Anong kaibahan ng dalawa? Alin ba ang medyo delikado na type of fatty acids or fats? Saturated or unsaturated? So what do you notice, no, in terms of types or names ng mga fatty acids? Siyempre, mas madami tayong unsaturated kaysa saturated. In terms of formula naman, anong kaibahan? Shine. Justine. Naabay nag-chat? So we have 8 minutes, ha? So if you wanna say something, you can chat or pwede po if na mo yung microphone. Wala na lang microphone, ma'am. Atik-atik ay. Seth. Bantay lang mo makita pa ninyo, ha? Nakita na ba ta? In person? Wala pa, no?
Wala pa, Miss Ma'am Dean.
Wala pa, no? So, excited na ako. So, pasalamat lang mo kaya binutan ng karon, ha? Joke lang. So, if you notice, para kasi we have limited time na lang. If you notice, based on melting point, no, madugay ma-melt ang mga saturated fatty acids like yung nasa palm, lauric, yung siguro yung nasa yung favorite ko na ganing olives, 'di ba? Olive oil. Favorite na ako na. Ganahan mag-olive oil or olive fruit. 'Di ba ginakaon na nila sa somewhere sa Mediterranean na mga cuisine. So ayan, no? Unlike water, although mas madali lang food mag-melt ang fats kaysa water, 'di ba? Ay mag-melt, boiling mo nitong pasabot, but may of course mag-boil na eventually. So nasa 70 degrees na 69.6 gani, no? Ang pinakataas kaning steric, no? But itong mga like kung magprito ka, dali ra na siya mo init, no? And the higher the carbon, the higher pud ang iyahang melting point, no? But here, negative, no? Negative, dali ra kaayo kaning mga unsaturated fats. So ano kaya ang meron sa unsaturated? Ano kaya ang meron sa saturated na wala sa unsaturated? So ma-explain man na siya dere anyway. So mostly ito mga high, negative 49 ang melting point niya. Ang pasabot na siguro ani, it should be negative, meaning ano na siya, no, degree Celsius. So dali kayo siya mag-melt. So the fatty acid, this example are mga palmitic, even but don't be confused kasi sa body natin, in any body of animals and any plants, kaning saturated and unsaturated are both present and they are both necessary. But then if ang saturated is higher than the unsaturated, diha na magproblema, no? Kasi maka-block kasi siya sa bloodstream ng tao, kaya nagiging hypertensive, no, or high blood. So itong mga, they are distributed in even in cow's milk. It contain fat kasi kaya meron tayong mga non-fat milk, no, human milk, and na inaalis yung mga fats, no, for the sake of health. So, ano itong mga composition of fats? So, these are the fatty acid composition per gram per 100 grams of some fats, and oils. So, from rapeseed, soya beans, rice, and so on, ito yung mga ratio in terms of fatty acid, no? Just to show you. Para ano. So, these are, again, like for example, fish oils, no? They have highly unsaturated carbon 20 and carbon 22. So, kaya ang fish oil are really very healthy kasi more on unsaturated fatty acids sila. No? Kaya ano, usually kuan gani ng ano, 'di ba? Fish oil, ginahimong vitamins, no? And it's rich in DHA, yung maganda sa it's good for the heart, yung mga ganun na mga ano. Okay. So ruminant milk fats have also high content ng low molecular weight fatty acids, which is total to 20%, and they are softer therefore, and they are unlike sa mga fats ng vegetables like the or marine origin ng mga fatty like the and also milk fats ng non-ruminants, they have depot of fat. And mga sometimes edible plant oils have dominant fatty acids of oleic, linoleic, and linolenic acid. So for coconut, anong meron sa coconut? No? They have lauric acid and major acid na mga fatty acids. Mga unusual din in some families of plants such as the erosic acid of rapeseed, the ricinoleic acid, which is 18 carbon. So ayun. So before we end, siguro, yeah, I'll just stop with essential fatty acids, no? Stop tayo para next na lang. Na kayat, no? Hapit naman po dito mahuman at hapit ka dyan. Kato nga pa ta. So, do you have any questions or clarification? So maybe next time we'll proceed with fatty acids na ano, essential fatty acids. So when you say essential fatty acids, those are very important sa health ng animals and even including humans. So mga questions and clarification, we have 2 minutes left. So therefore, Sian.
Ma'am.
Sian, so what do you realize when in our topic this session? Ikaw may tabian na rin.
Kuan, ma'am. Libog. Dagan kayo kuan, ma'am. Pangalan. Dagan kay pangalan.
So among them, unsa imong ma-remember nga pangalan? Pangalan ra mo. Fats. Fatty acids. Okay, don't worry kasi ang importante kasi when you go master's degree or further degree someday, no, inyo na po na mabasahan. It's just important that once in your lifetime na learn mo ni nga mga words, no, although layo raman pud ni sila sa ato ang ano sa atong field kasi very technical lang ta and these are very basic, but somehow these are important things to know and very interesting. So thank you very much sa inyohang attendance and I will see you again next time. Maputol na ta, no? So if you have question or clarification, chat lang tayo, no? And I will finalize our trip and make sure nasugtan mo. If not, dili lang pagpugson kasi you can do your own laboratory naman at your